Yay! Okay, we're live with Miss South Africa Universe, Natasha Joubert, right? I'm saying it right, properly?
You've got the accent, but I love it. It's Natasha Joubert, which is an Afrikaans accent, so it's a bit hard for other people.
It's okay. Like, for sure, with your last name, it happens the same with mine, that whatever people pronounce it, it's okay. You know that they're talking to you. With
Right?
I have,
Exactly.
yeah, you give up. Like, whatever. They're trying. They're trying to call me. So yeah, that's me. That's me. Well, Nas, already we have a bunch of people connected. They're already in the chat. Like, I have to connect my computer because I never do this. I always have this kind of problem. But tell me, how are you? How's it going for you? Like this couple of months, with your preparation. How has it been for you? All these interviews, because I know you girls are doing a bunch of things nowadays. So tell me about that. Meanwhile, I connect my computer because I'm like that.
Perfect. So it's obviously really busy, I'm not gonna lie. As the time gets closer, it's just so many things to do, so many prep work to do. So day to day, I'm just, physically busy, mentally busy, emotionally there. So it's a lot of things. I think you know the process, because obviously you went to Miss International and you won. So I think you
Long
know the
time ago,
dedication
Nas.
of
You have to say
work.
that. You have to clarify that it's been a long. It's different. It's been quite a few years, and it's very different, I think, for you girls than for me. But okay, I'm gonna take it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you actually share about that because I feel like even though it's a while back, it's the same type of preparation and dedication and hard work, regardless where you go to, it's a lot. Like
It's a
people
lot.
don't understand.
No, and also for you girls, I think it's been harder because you have also the pandemic and being at home and trying to figure it out. I was talking yesterday with Romania, and she was telling me that they closed their gyms and restaurants. So even for your mental health, doing all this without having that kind of drainage to go to the gym or being with friends and just relaxing and having a normal life, I think it's harder, much harder.
Well, I think this is the only thing I'm used to. I entered South Africa during the pandemic, so this is what I know. Before that, I didn't really necessarily prep for something like Miss South Africa or Miss Universe. So this is what I know, luckily. But it's the regulations on this side is also really tough, and the president's actually speaking tonight. So there's also a lot of bans and restrictions and stuff like that. But you work around it, you find a way. I feel like if you are dedicated enough, you will really find a way to make it work.
Yeah, we have to survive. I keep it going. Yeah, I know. I understand. I completely
Exactly.
understand. Maybe your thing is more serious than mine. I just have to keep it going because I'm bored, and that's it. But you have to prepare for a beauty pageant, like an international beauty pageant. But tell me, what were you doing in the moment that they told you that you were designated to go to Miss Universe? I think that this was written in the stars, and there's a bunch of girls that they have the same destiny as you in this year, so that this happened to them. And I think that that's amazing. I think what's with Miss Bolivia, she told me like a few days ago that she was sleeping when they told her that she was going to Miss Universe. How was it for you?
So obviously for me, I wasn't appointed on the night. So we just have winner, the first runner up, and second runner up, and I ended as second runner up. So I'll be perfectly honest saying that I didn't really expect that I would go to Miss Universe. It's the first time in history that a second runner up from South Africa is going to Miss Universe. So I think I was kind of just holding thumbs along the way. And when we got appointed, I was manifesting it. I wasn't even letting it pass my mind that I'm not going to university because that was really where I wanted to go. And when they told me, I was just like, I watched three Miss Universe shows this weekend. I manifested it. I've breathed it. I've lived it. So it was just, like you said, destiny for me. And I purely believe in that. I believe in destiny. Whatever is meant for you won't pass you.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm sorry that you are seeing me with that
Don't
horrible
stress.
face. And the
Don't
internet.
stress. Don't.
Oh, there you go. I'm not even in this live now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But I just
Do you
want to
want to
hear
just
you.
take
And
a moment?
No, I just want to hear you and talk to you, so don't worry. It's okay. I'm gonna be
Okay,
on
cool.
camera someday. Something's going on with technology. Do you believe in Mercury retrograde? Do you believe in those kind of energies and all that? Sometimes with technology, things like this happens, and it's okay. I'm gonna survive. So okay, it wasn't a surprise for you. Okay, that's good. But still, it's really cool that all this is happening for you, and maybe you weren't expecting that this year you were going to compete. So I'm really happy, and you're so beautiful. I think that if there's
Thank
someone
you.
in the world, in South Africa, that could get the second back to back in the history of this universe, is you. So I'm really happy
Thank
that
you.
how do you feel
Thank you.
about this, that you have this kind of pressure on your shoulders?
Regardless whether it was a back to back or not, I think I would have put the pressure on myself because it's been a lifelong dream. So just actually going, I'm not thinking about the fact that it's a back to back. I'm just thinking on, to be perfectly honest, walking away and feeling content with what I did there and what I gave there and the Natasha that I showed people. Because I'll be honest, it was such a personal struggle during Miss South Africa, being vulnerable and really showing people every single facet of myself. It was hard for me. And um, I'll be honest, when I said by the end of it, I didn't feel like I gave 110%. And I think going to Miss Universe, if I can just walk away saying that, I gave everything I had and I showed them exactly who I was, I'll be happy with the outcome. So the back-to-back pressure, it will always be there. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm human. I'm experiencing pressure because South Africa did amazingly well the past 2 years, but then again, I'm so excited to be going after women that has kind of laid, I wouldn't say the foundation for me, but has showed me what's possible and has showed me what South Africa is capable of. Um, and we all know that I'm not one of them. I'm not Demi. I'm not Cameron. I'm not Zulzi. And it's just having that confidence in myself, going there and saying what I am is enough, and the outcome is enough. So I have a strong mindset going in. But yes, there's pressure, but I can believe there's pressure on every single country as well.
That's amazing. And that's like a really, like, you're also training your brain to be in this state of mind, because I feel that everybody is asking you the same thing. I promise, Natasha, I'm fixing the problem with my camera. I'll be back soon
And
with you
stress.
on the screen. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's amazing that you're also working on that and, enjoying the entire process and not putting all that pressure on yourself. Let me read one of the questions that the people are asking right here in the chat and see. Daniela, the people are saying Daniela is suffering. Yes, I'm suffering because the internet with me sometimes doesn't help me. No, well, let's talk about your preparation. Like, what are you doing these days? You're still training? You are getting any lessons? I think that you have everything, you know, pretty much controlled. I feel that because mainly the girls from Latin America or Asia, maybe they're taking lessons in English lessons and things like that. But I watched some of your interviews in the past, and I think that you are pretty confident and you're just in this path enjoying your experience, and that's it. So I feel that you are just happy about the opportunity. Am I mistaken, or how do you feel about
No,
this?
you definitely not. Um, it's been a lifelong dream. And I don't say this as something that came 5 years ago. It's something I've worked for my whole life. So when someone asks me, how's the preparation going? I'm like, I feel like life has prepared me to a certain extent. So going there, I've taken a lot of lessons through Miss SA, and I'll be honest, Miss South Africa was hard. Like the challenges there, I didn't expect it. I always planned to enter, but I never expected what happened. And I took a lot away from there, and just going to Miss Universe, I'm like, it feels like a second chance. And it almost feels like I had to go through, I wouldn't call it failure, but I had to get that lessons to go into Miss Universe and say, you know what, I've learned from it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy standing on that stage and your dream not becoming a reality, I'll be honest. I mean, ideally, when you go into that night, you hope to win Miss South Africa. And going to Miss Universe, it's a big responsibility. There's a lot of eyes on South Africa. So whatever I say and do, I want to represent through everything. I want to include all South Africans. I want to make them feel proud in me more than I'm proud of myself, because that's what's most important to me. I feel like every year South Africa goes with the purpose of making their people proud and making their people happy. So yes, it's a big deal going to Miss Universe. I'll be honest. In my mind, I'm like, I still can't believe it, because every single year I wake up at 2 a.m., got my popcorn ready, I got a coffee, and my whole household is sleeping, which is fine. And I'm such a supporter. Like, listen, I'm there. I'm like there rooting, screaming. And this year I won't be doing that. I'll be standing on the stage. I will be saying South Africa, and it's insane. It's crazy saying that out loud, and it's what, like, not even 2 months left.
Yeah, I can understand that feeling, but it's good that you have this presence in, and you understand what's going on. I remember, going through a different path. I wasn't Miss International, Miss Venezuela, but I wasn't fully enjoying what was going on in my life. Like, I wasn't 100% there. I was like complaining about the dieting and about the exercising. But I feel like you girls this year are really appreciative about what's going on, like, and you are really present in the moment. So I really enjoy that. Don't you get jealous when you wake up that early and the rest of your family and everybody is still sleeping, and you want to wake up everybody and make them suffer as you do?
No,
I
I
do.
feel like the adrenaline is so much that I don't even care. I'm like, listen, I'm watching Miss Universe with or without you. And like you said, with the whole thing of being grateful for the opportunity, something came to mind was I did a shoot on Sunday, and someone asked me, why did you enter during COVID? Like, what made you decide to actually enter at a year such as COVID? And I just said it was always in my plan to finish my degree and enter Miss South Africa. But one thing that I've learned throughout my life was I don't have a fear necessarily, but I do feel like, what if I'm not here next year? Like, I know it sounds so drastic, but try to live my life saying that don't feel like tomorrow is guaranteed. Don't feel like next year is guaranteed. So I just went for it. The stars aligned. I mean, I'm going to Miss Universe, and that was the end goal for me, was reaching that stage and hopefully becoming Miss Universe. And that is a different type of gratitude, going through Miss SA, not necessarily winning and having a second chance. You look at things in a different view and with different eyes.
It's all positive and the perfect energy and a perfect state of mind. I really can connect with what you're saying, and maybe it sounds a little bit fatalist, but I understand. I understand what you're saying. That, and we have to make this kind of exercise to live the present with being right there. So I can connect with what you're saying. So I love that, and I think that you're not exaggerating. I think that that's the way that we should start living life, being there, enjoying whatever is going on, and not getting super anxious about the future. And whatever is gonna be for you, it's gonna be. And I know that you're gonna do more than well right there. Have you spoken with Sonsibini all this time, or she's been crazy
No,
with? No, not at all. Okay.
I haven't. I mean, I think she's so busy. I can't even imagine her schedule as Miss Universe. Like, listen, it's already tough prepping. I can't imagine being Miss Universe. So, no, I haven't. And I think it's just completely fair, because she can't really just help me and not the rest. So, it's no, it's good. I follow her, I support her, I take away a lot from her, I learn a lot from her. And yeah.
That's well, it is what it is. Usually, when girls they have these conversations with ex participants of the pageant, they always ask for advice. But we were talking about that yesterday with Romania as well. That there's nothing that maybe she can tell you other than enjoy it, because their experiences are so different one year to another. So I think that's kind of, what she can tell you is gonna change your experience. You know.
Right. And what worked for her might not necessarily work for me.
Yeah.
And I'm completely aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And how you're planning? Well, I know that you're gonna do like a fashion show with that you. I think that you tried to find a bunch of designers online, and right now you're planning a fashion show. And that day you're gonna show your national costume, your fantasy costume. Uh, did you plan this, or this is something that in the very last minute it's just happening? Like, how was it?
No, it's actually my project called Destiny Designed, and we just actually combined the farewell with it. So every single year, the Miss Universe delegate going, she has a day where it's farewell with showcasing her national costume. So I combined my project with my farewell, but the designers were selected to showcase some of their work, and this is really supporting entrepreneurs and empowering through entrepreneurship. This is the whole goal of the fashion show. So I actually came back from meetings with them now. And that's why I was a few minutes late. I had interviews with all of them. I had meetings with them. So they're going to showcase their work. We are raising funds. We are putting it back into businesses. We are giving them platform exposure. We are giving them hopefully um, some money as well that they can reinvest back into their business. And then along with that, I'm hosting it, showing my national costume, which is so exciting because I feel like then everything is actually starting. It's the first thing I'm revealing. It's the first, you know, look at what people see that you're going to bring to Miss Universe. So it's really exciting. I'm a designer myself, so I wanted to choose something that I can really relate to and something that I've been through personally. And we really took businesses that suffered through COVID, and we are supporting them.
How involved were you with designing your costume, or they told you no, this is what you're gonna wear and that's it? Was your idea? Was the organization idea?
I wasn't really like, I was definitely involved, but I've got a creative director, Werner Wessels. He's our coach as well. And he just always has a vision, like he's always one step ahead. He plans the stuff way in advance. So, but I'm super happy with it. It's something so different. I don't think anyone can predict it. So, yeah, I can't give anything away.
We have to watch the fashion show, and then we're gonna
Right?
tell me about your entrepreneurship, like this your company. That's so exciting. You're so young, and that's so inspiring.
Thank you. Thanks. This is something that stemmed from way back. Just to share a bit more, it actually everything aligned so perfectly because when I was young, um, circumstances pushed me to become an entrepreneur. And I feel like I always knew I was going to work for myself. I was going to be a businesswoman. I never wanted to work for someone. Um, my father was unemployed when I was 13 years old. He lost his job. Um, and he was unemployed for 3 years and he unexpectedly passed away. And I did pageants before that, but unfortunately, I had to start doing it for a different reason, a different purpose. I really had to kind of support myself, win some prize money at a pageant, and pay for a hockey tour or win a bursary. And that's actually the way I studied my degree and got my degree, was through bursaries that I won in pageants. So it empowered me at such a different level. When everyone speaks about what pageants do for them, it gives them confidence, it gives them this and that, but it gave me business skills and it gave me kind of a look onto entrepreneurship. And then my company, I registered when I was only 19. So it's 5 years old. And it was purely because I started renting out my pageant gowns to make an income. And I actually worked 3 jobs back then to buy my car, my own first car. So for me, that was where entrepreneurship started, was kind of through circumstances pushing me. But not only that, it was using pageantry for starting my company. It was buying my own first car. It was paying my own studies. I think people always look at a certain someone and judge us a book by its cover, which is, I also do that at times. It's like, oh, she's so privileged. But in actual fact, for me, this is why I wanted to do this fashion show and get designers involved, because I also went through circumstances that led me to struggle at times. And I know during COVID, they experienced the exact same. So I wanted to kind of give them the platform to say that they can showcase their work, but not only that, we are going to put up some courses to kind of equip them and teach them how to run a business successfully. And this is exactly the message I want to get across. As you be your own CEO, I feel like there's so much gender inequality in the world that people feel like you always need to work for someone, and not only work for someone, work for a man. And I want to empower women, but also anyone to say that start your own thing that you're passionate about. It will get a lot further than doing a 9 to 5 and absolutely hating what you do. So this is my message. I'm like, I know I'm powerful in what I do, and hopefully I can convey to people that they can do the exact same.
I have so many questions. Like you said so many things, and I wanted to interrupt you, but no, it was amazing, and I love this, and I love that you are, sharing this message, and also you are showing a different face about beauty pageants because they are very criticized, and nowadays people understand that this is a huge opportunity to get your voice out there, and also gives you a push. So I don't know, it takes away a little bit of your fear. Not that you have any, because if you start your company at 19, there you go. I don't think that you have a lot of fear. But usually what stops you is that. And I watched an interview about yourself that they ask you about a fearless world. Like, what would you do if you wouldn't have any fear in you? So, and I think that you're already doing that. Like, you're just,
Thank you.
keep walking and swimming. So that's really amazing, and it's really inspiring. I feel like I'm not
Thank
doing
you.
anything after talking to you. Thank you, Natasha.
No,
No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. But
no.
no, no, and but it's lovely that you are making your dreams come true, and you're doing things your own way, but also you're inspiring and sharing your experience. And for sure, count me in for that day that you're doing the fashion show. I'm gonna be there. Let me see if somebody's asking you
Thank you.
something. Uh, every
Yes.
no, they're just saying thing. What can I see? What can I see? No, I'm not gonna ask these things. Okay, whatever. Tell me about if you met the other contestants. I know that you guys have a chat, and that these days you guys were sharing pictures with your pets and all that. But it's really hard for you guys to connect because the time difference and all that. But have you have a connection, a different conversation with any other of the contestants, or not? These days you're just concentrating on your thing and that's it.
No, so like you said, we have a chat group, and I get a lot of dark pictures on there. luckily, luckily, I'm an animal lover, you know. But besides that, I did a live with Miss Universe. I did like a workout live. I don't know if you've seen that. And then I did a live with Miss Universe Brazil. I'm just trying to think. You know, girls DM me like when I tested positive for COVID. Bolivia actually DM'd me and she was like, listen, she also tested positive in July.
Oh,
And yeah, they were so sincere. I'll be perfectly honest, like supportive, encouraging one another. But I'll be honest, it is busy. Like at times, I don't even feel like I have time for social media because you are so busy running around because I'm actually still working on my company while preparing for Miss Universe. So I have clients at night and I have clients on weekends. So it's a busy schedule. You know, I'm a working woman. Trying my best. I'm trying my best.
it's a lot. And how do you feel about COVID? Do you have any symptoms still, or you're perfectly fine right now?
I am a bit sick currently, which isn't ideal. I've got a sore throat, but I don't think it's COVID. I actually did went to test. Um, I did have symptoms, luckily not too bad. So the only reason why I went to test was my mother tested positive and we work together in the company. So I had to go and test because I had to put my Miss Universe prep on stop, on hold, to first see if I'm positive or not. And I was quite shocked when I got the result that I was positive because I didn't expect it. Um, but in isolation, I kind of just experienced fatigueness. I slept a lot, which was great. Not getting a lot of that now. Shortness of breath. I tried to actually wash my shower, and I was out of breath. And I was like, "Listen, I can't do it anymore. Sorry, like, I have to leave the shower. No choice." And then I lost my taste and smell for a week. Only a week. I was very grateful. And I rested a lot. I think it helped me to just, after Miss Essa, I immediately started prepping for Miss Universe. And that just made me realize that you need rest. And I feel like it was kind of, how can I say it? Like, it was a perfect opportunity that showed me to slow down and just rest. Because now things are hectic.
Yeah, and it's good. I know that this week you girls have to send a bunch of videos to the Miss Universe organization. Many of the girls I had live this entire week, and they were trying to reschedule because of this. You already record that? What they are asking, like to show your country, because I know that you have to send all the contestants have to send a bunch of things before, because they are not gonna be able to record a bunch in here in Miami.
I've got it all covered. I love working on a tight, how can I say it, timeline. I work well under pressure. We're getting it done. I've got a great team behind me. Luckily, I was in Neisner, I think like 2 or 3 weeks back, which is in the Western Cape in South Africa. And I have a friend that's a videographer. It's so ideal. And he has footage. So I'm blessed beyond measure because I didn't plan that at all, but now I have it. And then, we've got a lot of appointments booked to get that footage done. It's crazy busy. Like, I'm not going to lie, it's crazy busy. But then yet again, if you are going to be Miss Universe, it might be even worse and crazier. So just get used to it.
Enjoy it. Yes, enjoy the moment and enjoy that this is happening. It's just once in your life. So yes, I love your
Exactly.
attitude. Yes,
Who
yes.
needs sleep? Who needs sleep?
Yes, yes, yes. And you're doing like other activities to promote yourself through social media, because I know that that's a lot, but I know that it's also important nowadays that you make some noise before you get to the competition. Are you making an effort in that part, or you're just posting and going through social media as always?
I'm trying to be myself.
Okay.
I'm not going to give a specific front just to have an expectation on other people's minds. So I'm not going to do certain stuff that's not true to me just for people to be impressed by me. I purely feel that everything that you do at Miss Universe is what counts. And if you are undeniable, it will be you, be it social media or not. And I remember actually Zosie, because I followed Miss South Africa every single year, and she wasn't bad on social media. That's not what I'm saying, but she wasn't like the best and top of it and giving the best pictures, because she was just, when she was present and there, she was being 110% there. But yes, I'm making an effort. Like, I'll be honest, some days is harder than the rest. I try to work out. I try to show people how hard I work. Destiny Design is actually happening virtually, so that is going to be out there. But I'll be honest, I feel like I'm leaving the best at Miss Universe.
And
Best is it.
that's the way it should be, because this is a question that I'm gonna make you in a little bit, but usually people ask you about your top 10, top 5, and you know, I Photoshop my pictures, so it's so hard, and I don't know the girls. Right now, if you have to tell me who's your top 5, I will pick the 5 girls that I interview, because I love you girls. You are so special, you're so amazing, you are so beautiful. But it's because of that we don't know much about you, and maybe we follow the girls, but it's impossible to watch all the stories, to watch all the posts, to to do some research about the, I don't know how many contestants are gonna be this year in the pageant. But yes, okay, let's do that question now. I know that it's
Okay.
too soon. I know that it's early, that you never met the girls. Maybe through the chat, maybe you can know something about them, but it's kind of unfair to make your top 10 your top 5. But if you should do it right now, if you should have to pick your top, just basing ourselves in pictures and whatever you know of them right now, who would it be?
It's funny you ask that, because I'm not giving that typical answer of, oh, everyone deserves a place, and no, I'm not giving that answer. But
Thank you.
I'll be honest, one of the tactics through preparing is actually not to look at what the other girls do at all. At all. Like,
Oh,
you don't acknowledge it. You don't feel intimidated by it, because, to be perfectly honest, you aren't in competition, because I can't be India, Australia, Colombia, Venezuela, Bolivia, Brazil, I can only be me. And if Miss Universe likes me, then it's going to be me. So I don't really look at what the girls do, I'll be honest, simply to keep track and focus on what I do. But there's stunning girls, like photogenic girls. Yeah, it's hard to say. Hey, it's really hard to say because I can give you a whole list, but it doesn't mean it's my top.
I understand. I understand that, and I
Because
respect that.
I also overanalyze stuff because I wouldn't be that girl saying, "Oh, these are the five prettiest." I would actually go and be like, "Is there authenticity? Is she genuine? Does she have purpose? Is this self promotion or not? Can I see her as Miss Universe? Because really hard work. It's not looking beautiful. You really have to have the stamina. It's in Afrikaans stamina. I'm not English actually. It's the stamina behind it. So it's a lot of things that I would take in consideration. So it's really hard to say. It's hard to say.
I
It's
know.
really hard to say. It's not that I want to just give five, and it's just I wouldn't say it from a fair point of view.
I understand. I understand. At least you develop an answer. Usually, everybody says, "Ah, no, it's so hard," and that's it. And I think it's because also you don't want to make someone to feel uncomfortable, or I don't know,
Yeah.
but you don't have a favorite yet. Then you don't think that there's this girl, this other girl. You never thought about that. You're not paying attention to that. You're just concentrating on your thing.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. I see you. I see you. Okay.
Listen,
Sorry.
no, there's a lot. I mean, people are definitely, that whole question of back to back or not. Like, can she do it? Can she fulfill the shoes? So I just think that I need to be strong-minded going into this thing,
Yeah.
and you have to find the technique that works for you to go in to get yourself mentally at a space where you are undeniable and that people can see why you are there and not being concerned about what the other girls do.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And actually, I don't think if I were a judge, I will never think about the importance of the country. I will see totally the girl and her performance and her answers and how she feels on the stage. And if you have in your head all whatever the other girls are doing, for sure this gonna give you more insecurity on stage. So I love your tactic. I love the way that you are planning your way to Miss Universe. Okay, here is
And
sorry. Tell me.
no, no, I just wanted to actually add, also with that being said, like, and not that I would be a judge because I'm going to be a delegate, but it's also sometimes you need to take in consideration there are organizations that can do a lot for a goal. Like I've got an organization that goes above and beyond for the girl who goes to Miss Pro World in a universe. And there are some delegates that don't get support, that need to do everything solely by themselves. So where we have a social media team, we have stylists, we've got creative director, legal, COO, CEO, PR company, and some countries don't have that. So I don't think that a judge can go on their social media and say, "Woo, winning at social media," because some girls have more resources than others. So it can't be fair at all. And some girls put energy maybe on social media where other girls actually practice. Like I do life coaching. I work physically on myself, go to chiropractor to take care of my body, where I do things in real time and not necessarily only on social media. So how can that be a deciding factor?
Love that. And also you have to live your life, because this is of course it's gonna be something important, an important milestone in your
Mm,
life, but you still have to live and you have to still take care of you. And so I love
exactly.
what you're saying. So yeah, focusing on what's really important. And social media, of course, I think it plays a big part, but it's not everything. I remember, like a few years ago, there were these girls that before, going to the pageant, they were everywhere in social media. And after, in the middle of the stage, they were beautiful and they did an amazing performance, but maybe wasn't enough, or maybe wasn't that, maybe also the expectations get so high that then we see them on stage. I'm like, oh, it wasn't what I was expecting from her. So it's good. I'm still with you with all your tactics.
Exactly.
Okay, Alberto Perez
Exactly.
is asking if she is a spokesperson for any cause or nonprofit organization, or she's planning to become one.
So yes, of course I am. I'm not only working on Destiny Designed, which is non-profit. We are actually investing back into the designers. So not only do they give the platform, we are actually, like I said, we are going to give them courses. We are going to give them cash investment back. We've got Brand South Africa. Now this is an organization in South Africa that tackles everywhere in South Africa, and I'm actually a Brand South Africa ambassador. So we go into townships, which is rural areas in South Africa, like Khayelitsha, and we support small businesses. There was a school built based on community donations and all type of stuff. We went to a veggie garden, which was in a community where the people who can't afford food can go there and actually like take vegetables for themselves. So yes, I am. My number one thing at the moment is entrepreneurship. It's just solely because it was something I've been affected by in my life, and it's something that I wanted to show people that it's my life philosophy. It's you aren't a product of your circumstances, you're a product of your choice and your decisions and what you do with your life and what you do with that opportunity. You know, we all go through hardships, especially now. You lose a loved one, you have a parent that's unemployed, your business is closing down. And I feel like I can relate with all of that. And that's exactly why I chose entrepreneurship was, you know, it's something that you can take and go into the future with and not even just dwelling in the past. Um, so yes, I'm a spokesperson for many things. We've got gender-based violence in South Africa that is the pandemic itself. It actually rose a lot during lockdown in South Africa, which is really unfortunate. It's something we've been struggling with for years now. And I actually remember, like, I don't know if people remember so well, but on Women's Day, when Zozibini was crowned in 2019, Miss South Africa, it was a difficult month for South Africa. There were women being killed left and right. And there was this uproar about a young woman being killed in a post office in South Africa. And we were tired. Women were tired in South Africa because we are being killed day after day, many women per day in South Africa. And she spoke up. She said, "We don't have anything to smile about. You know, it's men's responsibility to actually do better, and it's equipping them to do better, not women having to protect themselves more." So yes, we speak on really important topics in South Africa because we have loads of them. We struggle with economy, we struggle with TB, we struggle with hijackings, with farm murders. We also struggle with racism. So I would like to lend my voice wherever I can, but I chose something that was also very personal to me and somewhere where I can speak out of experience. I feel like that's always important because when you don't experience something directly, don't pretend that you know what it feels like. You can own up and say, you know, I would never know what it's like to have TB. I would never know what it's like to have HIV or to be held a gun to my head. But I can try and understand, and I can have empathy, and I can speak on that matter, and I can bring awareness to that. And that's the best you can do. But whenever you have the opportunity to speak out of experience, you should do that. Make it your responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. I am that kind of person. I don't know much. I feel that I'm very ignorant, but every time that I can talk about something and try to share whatever I know, I try to do it. And hopefully you become Miss Universe and you get all these stages and all these lights on you, all these
Thank
mics, so you
you.
can, share everything that you are saying. And I love also that you are doing something like there's a saying, I don't know if it's also in English, this like they say it the same way, but it's don't give them the fish, teach them how to fish, so I think that's what you're doing and
Exactly.
inspiring your cause. So I love that. And I once again, I love that you went through this path since you were very young and you're sharing your experience. So love that. And I really appreciate that we have women like you in this year in the pageant. But I need you to ask you other things that people send me questions days before. what's the biggest misconception about yourself, even from your friends, family? Like, what do you think that they think about you that is not true?
I love this question because I feel like before I entered, I got a lot of like feedback on after like actually putting myself out there, and then people would be like, "Oh, I always thought you were like this or that," and I was a tomboy growing up. And I did karate with my brothers. So never in a million years did I expect myself to be doing pageants and, that type of stuff. And I think the biggest misconception people have is that I'll be honest, and it's very straightforward, that I'm wealthy and I'm privileged. Yes, there is a certain extent white privilege in South Africa, and that's unfortunate. It's something that we struggle with. But I mean, I wasn't privileged in a sense like I got a car and a trick like my friends did, or my studies was paid for me, or my hockey tours. I really had to work for everything in my life. And that was the biggest misperception, is when I started sharing my story during Miss South Africa, people were shocked. They were like, "We thought you were this wealthy family. I inherited money," which wasn't the case. We actually lost our family home when my father lost his job. We struggled to a point where we had to get dinner from my grandparents because my mother couldn't afford groceries. Um, and it's hard because I feel like so many people are judged based on what they put out on social media. And that's why I feel so strongly about the fact that it can be deceiving. It's a misperception because you only put the best parts of your life on social media. And yes, I try to be transparent and I try to be vulnerable, but you don't always show the bad sides of yourself. And I think that people thought, like I said, I inherited money. I'm this wealthy kid that has all these opportunities that travel. But in actual fact, I worked for every single thing that I've earned in my life, every single thing that, and it's satisfying. It's not that I wanted to fall in my lap, because it feels so much more deserving when you have worked for it. And people have a misconception, and during Miss ESA, it took me a while to speak about my circumstances and what I've went through as a teenager. And
Let
when
me.
I started sharing it,
No,
sorry,
no, no,
yes.
no. You go ahead. You go ahead. You're telling your story. Yes.
I want you to be a part of the conversation.
No, no,
I
no,
want to
no.
be a
You go, you go. It's because we have delay, so I'd rather wait till you finish everything you have to say, and it's so inspiring. So believe me, I'm learning and I'm enjoying whatever is coming from your mouth. So don't go ahead, please.
and technically all that I want to say is people think that people didn't know that I went through losing a parent that was unemployed, losing a family home. My mom telling me she couldn't send me to varsity because she didn't have the finances, or me having to help my mom financially, and working 3 jobs to just buy my first car, because I was still driving my scooter, which I won through modeling. I was very chuffed, let me tell you that. So I was rocking up with my new scooter, being like, I won it this weekend. Um, Fun times. And then I had to drive it way out of school, and all my friends had cars, and I was like, I'm going to save for this car because I want a brand new car, because my parents' cars always broke down. Um, and when I remember when I got my car, I actually have a video of my first car. It was like a milestone. It was almost like a medal or trophy to me, because it didn't even represent getting from point A to point B. It was representing what I was working for. So people, everything. People have misconceptions about everyone. Let's be honest. I have misconceptions on people, and then when you meet them, you actually feel bad, because you're like, oh, she's much sweeter than I thought. So it's human. I don't expect everyone to know my story or to know me well, but hopefully I can leave them with a different experience when I'm done.
No, no, and it shows, that you went through all this
Thank
and you are proud of yourself and what you become. So it shows. But the thing that you said about social media, that we only put there, like upload pictures and videos about the highlights of our lives, do you think that this is going to change? Because it's something that everybody's feeling. I'm also feeling that, well, I try to, connect with people, showing also the parts of my life. Look, I'm sick, I'm tired, I'm bored, I'm like this, I'm super depressed. I'm trying to do that. Do you think that this is gonna evolve someday, that everybody's just gonna share their life openly, or you think that we're gonna stay in the same path, that we're just gonna share whatever it's the good part? Like we take 10 pictures, but you just share the good one. You don't share the bad one. What do you think is gonna happen with social media in that matter?
I'm hopeful. I always try to be hopeful in thinking that, I'm optimistic, and I always take it back to me, and taking responsibility. Whatever I show, hopefully I can have a ripple effect, and other people feel comfortable enough to share stuff with me, or even go to their platforms and showing themselves. So I think it's also a personal journey. I'm going to show you something that I post on social media. So very exclusive. Very exclusive. Not a lot of people see it, but I had a deliberated, I wanted to put it on social media or not, and I didn't. So people always think you are positive and optimistic, but there are days that is hard. So on Friday, I want to show you. I had a really tough week. Like, I'm not going to lie. Things were a lot. I was really tired. I was working really hard. I got back home every single night after 8:30 p.m. Still having to do mails. And I really cried a lot. And I took a picture because I wanted to put it on social media saying, like, not all days are good days. And I didn't. Let me show you. Actually, I have one where I have a piece, but I look really terrible. Wait. It's just little red eyes crying.
Yeah. Okay.
And, not posting that because I was like, I'm going to Miss Universe in 2 months. I can't think I'm weak.
No,
But
but
in
you.
actual fact,
But I
we've
think that
got
more people are gonna connect you because you are sharing that, and we all have those days, But you look gorgeous. You're saying that, and I'm like, look. If I show
no,
you a
but
picture, if I
you
show you a
can't see
picture of
it.
me crying.
You can't see the graphics, but there's a better. Like, I was actually with the little red eyes, and you know what? It's funny enough because I was sitting in the car, I was crying, having a moment, feeling sorry for myself.
We need that. We
And
need that as well. Yeah, everybody needs that. You,
I,
you
I
get
took
your
a,
10
I
minutes.
took a tissue. Yeah, and I took a tissue, and I had to put a full face of makeup on, going to the designer that's making my national costume. The social media team is there. We had to film this video. And you
Okay.
have to show up. That's part of it. Like, let's be honest. You have to pick yourself up, go on. And I feel proud of being able to do that. I was really feeling sorry for myself in that half minute. Um, I'm proud that I got to go in there, show up on 110%. That's a big thing that my life coach has actually taught me, was I had to be more selective on what I do and choose what I want to do, because I started living the life of showing up 100% for everything that I do. And she kind of had the whole course of saying, if things are too overwhelming, you have to reflect and say, but am I choosing the right stuff to show up for? Or am I draining my energy and not giving everything? So that was what I was doing. I was taking a minute for myself and then showing up 100%. I was
Well,
crying 100% and showing up 100%.
no, but we make connections with people in different ways, and I think that you may feel this kind of pressure that people are always expecting from you to be 100% happy and grateful and positive and all that, but we also connect through the bad things and through the bad moments. You were telling me that you lost your dad when you were a teenager, and I lost my dad 5 years ago. So immediately you said that, and I make that connection right there. So with the struggles and the bad things, and when we are sad, we also make sadly, I don't know if a good is a good thing or is a bad thing, but we also connect with people and we humanize. So I love if you share. I will love you if you share that, and I know that you're gonna share a bunch of other things on your social media, and I love to see this other side of you. So thank you for showing us the picture, and you look lovely. Like, you're like, oh no, I'm going to Miss Universe. You look perfect there. I'm right now these days, I'm trying to take pictures with my hair, how I wake up with my hairdo every single day that I wake up. Some days I forget to take the picture, but it's so bad, and I'm struggling to I don't know if I'm gonna put upload the video. I don't. I think I'm gonna make a reel or something for Instagram, but I don't, because it looks so bad. You know, all fluffy and all. You know what? My eyes are horrible. My eyebrows are. You know, the hairs are everywhere. So well, I will tag you if I finally do it, and I'm gonna compare
Okay,
that
you know
picture.
what?
No, that's horrible. Yeah, tell me.
So first of all, I'm really sorry to hear of your father. I didn't know, and that's why it's so important to share that experiences, right? Because we connect at a different level,
Mm-hmm.
and we immediately feel like there's someone else that knows what you're going through.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to challenge each other. I'll post the picture because I really was deliberating on showing that to people because I am not perfect. Like I know I'm not perfect. I need to convey that to people. So it's special getting that push from people to say, you know what, I actually went through the same thing. Like, should I post it or not?
No, no, please post it. We need more realness. Of course, take care of yourself and don't show maybe something like too, I don't know, too crazy, because of course you're going to a beauty pageant. But I think that, I don't know, I will actually, if I were a judge for Miss Universe and I see a girl showing herself like in all her sides, I will applaud that much more than a girl that is always perfect with her eyelashes and her hair done and everything. So
Really, that's so
love that.
true.
Okay,
That's
another
so
crazy question. What is like a high talent that you have and everybody would be in awe that you have that? Or you don't have any? I
well,
don't think I have anything, any hidden talents.
I wouldn't say people will be in awe.
Oh, maybe I will
Yeah,
be. You never know. Maybe for me it's like a
that's
super crazy
maybe.
talent.
Or maybe I scarred people. No, I've been singing since I was 10, but I stopped when I was in the trick because I just didn't feel comfortable on the stage. So when I would do pageants, I would thrive. I would have this great feeling. But when I was singing, I would feel really nervous and anxious. And then another one, I can actually touch my nose with my tongue.
Really? I tried that so many times. Even like pushing my nose like this. I can
So
do it.
funny. Hidden talents. This is how you win Miss Universe. Touch you. No, I'm kidding.
There you go. I know that before Miss Universe South Africa, you participate in another pageant in your country. Are you, if something goes, maybe you're gonna win and we have this amazing back to back. But if you don't win this year, Miss Universe, do you think that you're gonna still go to other pageants? Because in Miss World they have the talent. I think they had talent competition, so maybe you can do your nose thing, like touching your nose with your tongue, and I think that's a crown for sure.
I think I've given sold. Um, I'll be honest. I'm going into Miss Universe being like, I'm there for it. You know, like I'm not even thinking beyond that.
Okay.
But also with that being said, like Miss Universe shouldn't be the be all and end all, and girls need to know that your value isn't attached to a crown. So you need to know your worthiness way and beyond that. Yes, everyone going there wants to win Miss Universe. Like, why are you there? Obviously to win, but just know that after that, you don't need a crown or a title to define you and say, "Listen, now I'm good enough." So I'll be honest. I'm going to Miss Universe being like 110% there,
Mm-hmm.
thinking way and beyond that. But when we get there, we'll cross that bridge.
Okay, we'll see. But you're not tired about being in beauty pageants. Like you actually enjoy this experience. Because I know that some girls are,
Yes, and
it's a lot.
yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. Like I never expected it to be so emotionally taking me to another level. Like I cried, and I'll be honest, I never got to mourn my father like I did during Miss Essay because when I had the time to speak about him, I would cry. And the social media team was so sick and tired of me because they knew when they had to get to me, I would have like 100 tags because every single time I would cry. But I wouldn't say I'm tired. I was actually the youngest in the top 10. So I still have a lot of time, but it is tiring. It takes a lot, and you really want to be dedicated enough to know that by the end of it, you gave it your all.
Mm,
But my journey, I never see my journey as something that can end tomorrow or in a year or 2 years or 3 years. I'm really open for the whole journey.
perfect. Okay, okay. So We're not thinking about that, but if it maybe it could happen that we see you in another pageant if Miss Universe is not in your path. Let me ask you some questions from the chat because we're now over. Well, we're close to the hour right now. Uh, yours, Christopher is saying she's stunning even when she cries. I shared that already.
Ah,
Yeah. See, it's
thanks.
not only me that is thinking that.
Thanks.
They asked me before if you speak any other native language from Africa, like another dialect.
Yes, I speak Afrikaans. It's actually my first language. I'm not
Really?
English. Yes, I'm
Yeah, but
not
I
English.
love
So I
your yeah, but you have a beautiful English, so that I would never
thank
thought
you.
about that. Yeah.
Thank you. No, I speak Afrikaans, and it does sound, I think, like Dutch, people say. It sounds like that. But you know what's so interesting about South Africa? We've got 11 official languages, actually 12 with sign language. So we've got a lot of languages. I only know one, and then English.
I'm so ignorant. Like you just taught me that. I didn't know. Yeah, but I don't too many things that I have to learn. But okay, it's good that we're having this live and I know this. And you speak with your family, of course, in Afrikaan, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Actually, a few of the people at the organization is also Afrikaans, so I do speak with them Afrikaans. But then we have people at the organization only speaking English or a different like Zulu, Xhosa, or something like that. Shirifatso, Miss South Africa, is actually speaking Venda, which is one of the languages. So it's really like the cultures here. It's many, and the people are so diverse in South Africa. So generally when we have to speak to someone else it's in English, but if there's someone that speaks your language you obviously speak that.
They're asking here. Well, they're saying a bunch of people are saying that you look very much like Oksana Fedorova, Miss Universe from Russia 2002. Is this something that
I'll
happens to
take it.
you often?
No, but I'll take it. Like previous Miss Universe, I'll take it.
You take it, okay. And there was also another person that if that they were asking about your reaction if you win Miss Universe. Like, have you ever practiced that? Well, I usually practice if I win an Oscar, my speech, holding the Oscar. But with Miss Universe, you have to do with the crown. Like, what would be your
So I would
reaction?
ideally, I don't want any tears because I want to look fabulous in all my crowning pictures being like, but I feel like I'm going to be that person that's going to and then fall on the floor because my feet can't actually carry me. I'll be that ugly like
You know,
but
I
in my mind I'm like,
I share this story like quite often already. I know that everybody knows it, but maybe you don't know it. When I won Miss International, I wasn't expecting to win. I promise. Like, my mom was in the middle of the audience,
really?
and she was with, like, making me signals from the audience, like, close your mouth, because my mouth is so big, and I was like so excited and so happy, and she was like,
Can
well,
you show
shut.
a picture? Can I Google? Hold on.
Yeah, of course.
Let me
I
show.
can see. Well, you can
Let me,
see the moment that I win. You can see exactly a crowning
yes.
moment, and you can see my mouth. Like, I couldn't keep it closed. I was so amazed that that happened because there was
Let's
already
quickly.
another Latino in the top three. What you asked me something? Sorry.
Yes. So was it 2006?
6. Yeah, it's been a
Okay.
while. You were like 9, I
It's okay.
think. You were
Look
so
at
young.
you. No, you were the beautiful one.
Yeah. Well, it's been a
Hold on,
while.
let me quickly show. Is this the one? Let me just make sure. Let me show you. Look at you. Wow, you were really that one of like, you were
Oh.
lying.
Yeah,
Look how
no.
beautiful you were, being crowned like
Stop
that.
it,
I was
Natasha.
so proud.
Stop it. Stop it.
That is. Wait, other side. Look at that. Guys, she's lying. Her mouth wasn't even open.
No,
Such
no,
a
Nas.
beautiful.
Natasha, my mouth was like, if there were flies, they have like, they make I don't know, a building, a house inside my mouth. Believe me. No, it's okay.
Wow.
Okay, Natasha, thank you so much for your time. Before we leave, we always do this. You know the moment that you guys introduce yourself, your country, your age on stage,
Yes,
and you
yes.
usually yell your country, and it's so funny because it comes in different tones, and it for me is
Yes.
one of the best moments because I laugh so
Right?
loud. Yeah. So
Right?
we need to do that. We need to do that today. Nata, you have to say
Okay.
your
I've got a
name, your
sore
age.
throat, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm
Oh
gonna
wait,
try my best.
you
Sore
don't have
throat.
to yell.
It's okay.
No, no, no. You don't
Okay.
have.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really practice this, so it's just in the spare of the moment. So I would stand in front of the mic, and then
Okay.
it's Natasha Joubert, 23, South Africa.
I hate this stupid delay. I can see you. It's not showing, but whatever. I imagine you striking the pose and everything. That's
Funny.
oh,
Thank you
and
for
the
asking. It's not good.
it sucks. I have a sore throat as well. Every time I get super tired, this things happens to me. So it's okay. And the last thing that I have to ask you is there is a thing in Venezuela that would say hombro y carilla, that is shoulder and veneers. That you it's like striking a pose that you put your shoulder and you just laugh like with your open mouth. And usually
Okay, so should
people
I do that?
Okay, okay. So, we all women, we do this, but, it's a very Venezuelan thing that we always say. So let's do that so people can take the picture. Hombro en carilla.
So how do you, so quickly hold the pose so I can just see what it looks like.
It's like shoulder and laugh. Like this.
Okay, so it's like that. Do I do it right?
Let me see. The delay is not showing anything yet. I'm gonna cry. This happened. The same thing happened with Miss Canada, and I was so upset. Her interview was so amazing. She's such a wonderful girl, but internet is not helping. Maybe you can send me there. Now it's showing the hombre carilla. There you go. Perfect, Nat. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so sorry with all the problems that we had in the very beginning, and
Thank you.
internet sometimes doesn't help. But I hope that you enjoy this experience the way that you're already doing it, and all the success and all the best for you in this journey to Miss Universe. I hopefully we're gonna meet here in Miami. I live here, so maybe we will meet.
Yes, you
Yeah.
said. That would be so cool. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry for being a few minutes late.
Aw.
I was driving in traffic here in South Africa. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'm going to see you.
Claro que sí.
Fingers
Thank you.
crossed.
Besote, and thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
See you next time.
Thank you
Chaito.
so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye, bye, bye.